Please welcome your 2026 Philadelphia
Mike Tirico alongside Greg Olson and Jason Myers has us set to get started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here come the Eagles, and they are led by the reigning Super Bowl MVP. What a season for Jalen Hurts. Took the Eagles to the mountaintop. Now his 6th season in the NFL.
Now, this is the type of quarterbacks that just give defensive coordinators nightmares. They stay up all night thinking, okay, what is the best way to defend him? Do we treat him as a runner? Do we treat him as a passer? And I think that's really where the most stress comes in, Mike, is you want to make sure you don't let him kill you with his legs downfield as a runner, but it's also his ability to extend plays as a passer that really creates a lot of stress on your back-end coverage, and that's where those big plays can come. So it's a big challenge. They know it, and we'll find out early on what the plan is.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
25-yard line. A gain of 2 makes it 3rd and 11.
Once again, it's Barkley. And he's only going to be able to get back to the line. That's all. 3 plays to start. Quick 4th down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
So on 4th down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. Rashid Shaheed back to return this one. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Seahawks come out, and they are led by a new quarterback, Sam Darnold. From USC, he's bounced around for his first 7 seasons. This is 5th different franchise as he starts year 8 in the NFL. And Greg, it's year 1 with the Seahawks.
I think when you break down this game, Mike, I think it's really quite simple. I think it really comes down to the age-old, hey, be balanced on offense. Can their passing attack and rushing attack complement each other? Because what that does is it makes the defense defend the entire field. And then the #1 goal of every team, every week in the NFL, no self-inflicted negatives. That's tackles for loss, sacks, and then, of course, the most important one, don't turn the ball over.
1st down run, netted 3, so we've got a 2nd and 7 here. On play action, here's Darnold. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Jalen Phillips in there for a loss of 5 on the sack, and now it's 3rd down.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
Looks up, he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball. He was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He takes off. And Hurts wisely going to slide after he's picked up the 1st down.
It's a gain of 18. And the Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the
And this is something the defense knew they had to contain coming in today, Mike. They worked all week on containing this quarterback, but here we are. Early on in the game, a nice scramble there, good yardage, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
On the handoff, this is Barkley. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Byron Murphy there on the stop.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Just shy of midfield. Here's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end. Dallas got it. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
6. Smith. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 37-yard line.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd down and 5. To throw, Hurts. That one too far out in front to be brought in, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Saquon Barkley coming out of the backfield. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
They'll pick up 23 on that one. Good for an Eagles 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here.
And he will get into the end zone. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles.
But I think back to their first possession of this game, like it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Jake Elliott now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles will take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Eagles 7, Seahawks nothing.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to take over for their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. That's caught. It's A.J. Barner, the tight end. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. It's good for a Seahawks 1st down. So we are through 1 here on Sunday Night Primetime. 7-0 is our score. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Seahawks football beginning this 2nd quarter. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. As we are ready to get back underway. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Off the bootleg, here's Darnold. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
It's 3rd and 4. To throw again is Darnold. Open man is Shaheed. That's complete. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
For a Seahawks 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
Finds room inside the 40. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
It's a gain of
16-yard pickup on that one. 1st down, Seattle.
1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Brings up second and 9.
From the 34-yard line, here's second and 9. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. Throwing, Darnold. And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
Here's Michael Dixon now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's first and 10. Throwing is Hurts. That's taken in right side by Goddard. And he'll be forced out of bounds a yard or so shy of the marker, but it is a gain of 9 on first down.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. Room to run past the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. Give him 13 on that screenplay. And a first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Here's Barkley. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Reek Woolen brings him down.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
Second down throw for Hurts. Left side, it's caught by Brown. A couple of first downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up first and 10. Hurts. Now the screen set up for Barkley. This one going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
He'll get that out to Barkley. And he's out of bounds, down inside the 35. 25 yards, the pickup there. First down, Philadelphia.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down. Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Second down, they need 7. Hurts will try it again. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring us third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
So the Eagles will use their first timeout here as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Good drive to this point. Now can you convert on 3rd and 3? Hurts to throw. That's a short one. Caught by Goddard. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
Eagles, first down.
This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start. And this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field, but they've been highly efficient, and now they get another first down.
That's to the end zone, but just too far out in front. That one's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. And that will lead to a second down.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Hurts working in the pistol. Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and it'll be third down.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up. Now here's a timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break.
Goal at the 4-yard line.
You want to see more, but you honestly saw like this slows you down. Your body is acting up. The mind is out of bounds. It's telling you back it up. You check about those.
This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is first and goal. That's hauled in at the 2. To the goal line and in. Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. Now let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
That's my heart.
Elliott on now for the PAT. He knocks it through, and the Eagles move out on top, 14-0.
Seahawks, nothing.
The clock showing 5 seconds remaining in this half. as the kick's away. And no return here. This is a touchdown.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's first and 10. Now Darnold. He lets one go. Looking for Shaheed. That is hard. And he's going to be out of bounds. Triple zeros up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We welcome you back on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Shaheed now to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with first and 10. To cut. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Brings up second and 2 at the 38-yard line.
Straight ahead, it's Walker. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Zach Bond, the All-Pro, makes the stop.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
They'll run the sneak, and it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's a gain of 18.
They gain 18 yards on that one. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
10 at the 41-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
He'll get this out to his running back. And he is out of bounds at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 10 yards. First down, Seattle.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of, We have a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down.
And I think it's really been to all of our surprise. We haven't really had to say his name very much so far, and I think you can give the defense all the credit for that.
And that is Hunt in the end zone. He's in. Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown, Seahawks. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. The kick is good. And the Seahawks are on the board. It's now 14-7.
Seahawks 7.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. On the return, it's Tank Bigsby. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. He'll take this himself. The defense not fighting. They stay at home and they tackle him for no gain.
A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on him. And in this case, they're able to hold him to no gain.
Man in motion is Brown. To throw on second down is Hurts. That'll be taken in by Barkley. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A pickup there of 13. Good for an Eagles first down.
A running back that can be used in the passing game is a handful for these defenses. And you can tell this offense, they're not shy getting this guy the ball. And I think the rest of this game, they're going to continue to see, hey, defense, do you have an answer for this guy?
To the left side and taken in by Smith. And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone inside the 20. It is a big play for the Eagles. 42 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
A pistol snap. Back to Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And be forced out of bounds and pick up a couple on that one.
He's out of bounds at the 14-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
2nd down and 8. That's Goddard in motion. To the air again. Hurts. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Here's 3rd and 2. Hurts again. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think if you're willing to throw it there, it tells us everything we need to know about the decision coming up here on 4th down. He didn't have anything available, threw it away, and I think in this part of the field, you got to really think hard about going for it.
They can still pick up a 1st down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll try it now with Barkley, and he's going to have an Eagles 1st down. And he gets more than he needs. 4 yards, the pickup on that 4th and 2.
Sometimes it's just the obvious decision that's the correct one. I mean, the offensive line and their ability to win at the point of attack, all you need is one guy to displace the defender and just move him, and that's exactly where the play is designed to go. So,
and he'll take it on in. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Eagles. Elliott now for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Eagles will take a 21-7 lead.
Seahawks 7.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Shaheed now to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Seahawks offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
Down at the 30-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And this defense not fooled by the option. They stick with the running back and they get him down for no gain. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And he's going to get there. He got the 1st down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the fourth quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
On play action, here's Darnold. His pass taken in by Shaheed.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Darnold to throw on second down. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Shaheed in motion. Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th. But they will turn it over on down. The Eagles offense ready to get back at it. They're going to be trying to play keep away in this situation. Use as much clock as possible. Up a couple of scores as they start this drive. 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Barkley, and they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. 1st down, Philadelphia.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
Brought down by Ernest Jones. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 20-yard line.
From the 20, here's 2nd down and 9. Hurts going to fire this one out to Smith. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
They'll run the counter with Barkley. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Hurts going to hold on to this one. He'll take this one down to the 8-yard line. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before 3rd down.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And he will score! Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
are entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
On is Elliott to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Eagles will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Shaheed now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Seahawks offense about ready to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Darnold. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
On 3rd and 2, it's Darnold. Got it with Smith-njigba. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 14 on the pickup. It's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
To throw again is Darnold. Shaheed with the catch. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. They will bring up 2nd down.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Here's Darnold again. Throw right side, hard in by Cup. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Darnold to the air once more. Taken in right side by Barner.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end.
2nd and 7. Darnold to throw again. He'll step up and run this. Timeout Seahawks. That is their second, as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. This one's caught at the 4. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. Do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So it's a win here for the Eagles. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game and they send their fans home quite happy. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Eagles are winners, as we say, so long from South Philly.